Tonight, a Las Vegas family is spending their final hours with their 6-year-old son. The car was struck by a drunk driver. The boy has been declared brain dead. He remains on life support as he will soon become an organ donor. Fox 5 spoke to the family tonight, and Kim Passoff is here with their story.
It was supposed to be a fun family vacation, a camping trip to see family in Mexico. But driving back to Vegas early on Monday, a suspected drunk driver lost control of his vehicle and changed their lives forever.
He was honestly the most beautiful, sweetest child ever. Everyone loved him. He lost his first tooth like 2 weeks ago. And oh my gosh, she was so happy about that.
Jocelyn Rodriguez and Moses Sanchez have remained at Children's Hospital in San Diego since the crash, when 6-year-old Ian was critically injured, now being kept alive by machines.
He was such a character. He would always have a smile on his face, and he was so into wrestling, so he would walk around like flexing. He's like, I'm Hulk Hogan, brother.
Ian and his 4-year-old brother were sleeping as the family was driving home to Vegas.
We went to Mexico to visit her parents, his grandparents.
A suspected drunk driver hit the family's car on Interstate 215 in Murrieta, California. Ian suffered a brain laceration and stroke. Doctors unable to control the brain hemorrhage.
He's pretty much brain dead right now. He's being kept alive right now, so we're all able to say our final goodbyes and all that.
Within the next few days, Ian's life will come to an end. He will be taken off life support as his organs go on to help other children live.
And after the organ donation process is complete, the family will come home to Las Vegas. They do need help to bring Ian's body home and cover final expenses. We have a link to a fundraising account under this story on our website, fox5vegas.com. In the studio tonight, Kim Passoff, Fox 5 News, local, Las Vegas.
And that suspected drunk driver that caused the multiple car collision was arrested at the scene of the crash and charged with felony DUI causing bodily injury. He was released the next morning after posting a $50,000 bail.